Hey YouTube, Dread Joker here, and today we're going to be taking a look at probably my least favorite Master Grade, and it's so bad it screwed up my non-existent script. This is the Master Grade Exia, and if you're wondering, hey, wait a minute, where did the other half of Exia's V-fin go? Well, I lost it. So I actually have the ignition mode version of Exia, so that means I was fortunate enough to get the damaged V-fin that it had in the start of Season 2. So I converted to that. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the V-fin, and quite frankly, I really don't care. I'll probably just buy another Exia and then modify the living daylights out of it. I do not like messing with this kit. I'm not going to lie. This thing is barely standing right now. I'm going to go to move this thing, and it's going to fall in like 15 different places. The problem is, the ankles are way too mobile. They're way too loose. And this has been in a box forever. The knees are nice and solid. That's the good news. The hips, very loose. The elbows, very loose. The upper elbows, also very loose. The bicep rotation is very loose. Basically, if I have to describe Exia, it's going to be very loose. That's why if this thing starts falling a lot, I'm going to start calling this thing Noodle Gundam, because it basically has the composure of wet pasta. Now, Exia, are you going to cooperate today, or are we going to fall over and I have to plant your ass on an action base? That's right, this thing has me so freaking miffed that I'm slightly disabling the sensor on this one. Starting off, oh boy, that must have hurt. So just starting off with the hands, these are the old style 3-1 in the thumb hands with the peg in the middle. These work. Not on Exia. Shoulders. Let's zoom out so you can actually see what I'm doing. Shoulders, pretty good. During assembly, every one of these GN cables, these look fantastic. They truly do. These will make you tear your hair out. I should know, I did it. I didn't lose a lot of hair, but oh man, I must have aged 5 years just building this thing. It was so frustrating. None of these cables want to go in correctly because you have to build this cable into the shoulder pad, but also into the arm, and then this isn't a flexible material on the good end. This is a semi-flexible material, which means, watch, I'm just going to push it in a little bit. You can see what happens. I push this material at the hump, and it forces the shoulder pad up. During assembly, you have to push this shoulder and this pad on. This pad's loose, but the shoulder joint has to go in until it clicks. It will not click if you're pressing anywhere in here, so you have to jimmy your finger in here and push until it pops. And I realize how suggestive that sounds. This is going to be an awkward one. This kit is very freaking awkward. The clavicle antenna move. If you're looking for a giggity, this is not your kit. That's full up, that's full down. This kit has the worst neck articulation of any Master Grade I have ever built recently. I built this around Christmas time, and yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to build another one for a while. This includes... Thank you! Thank you, Noodle Gundam. That's part 1. Act 1. You know, I'm just going to start... At this point, we're just going to start going into Astiv movies. So, he's already failed at standing up school. And if he face plants, somebody insert everybody to the flop. Elbow. First one. I'm barely touching this. Extremely loose there. The bottom joint. Actually the tighter of the two. So it can work at this joint, not at this joint, but the problem is any of the weapons pull this joint up here at the bicep out. So the Master Grade has problems that the unfortunate High Grade does. Wow. Well, now you get to see what his inner frame looks like while I find... Exia. Why do you constantly explode? Oh my god, with how often your parts fall off when you explode, you'd think you were a grunt suit or something. Ugh. There's the back arm cover. Oh my god. Thankfully these parts fell into a bin next to my review space. Oh, come on. Oh, it's like trying to pick up a contact lens. Ever tried that? It's not pleasant, and then you gotta clean it off, and it just doesn't feel right, and oh my god, fingers work like chopsticks. Come on, you got it, you got it, you got it. Come on, don't fat hand it. Yes. Okay, is that everything? Okay, thank you, I think it is. Oh... So right there is a good example of why you glue things down, especially on this kit. Everything on this needs tightening. Once you get it up on an action base, some of the problems are fixed. Most aren't. This does support LED units. I believe I have one in here. It does work with any color. So in here, I believe I have the yellow unit in here. It works really well. And I like it having a yellow GN drive, like it's overcharged or something. The only one of the 00 kits so far that I have that does not work with the yellow one in any capacity, well, that matters, is the 00 riser itself. This also includes the Master Grade XN or Sun riser, if you prefer. And that was the yellow LED unit. With the ignition mode, you get 2 green LED units. I took those and immediately used them on some of my other kits, like the Mega Size Unicorn, which I have to replace the batteries and the light for it to work right. And then I used the other one and put that in my Master Grade 00 riser in the GN drives. Because why not? And apologies for the sniffling and stuff like that. I'm still not feeling my best. But I am getting better. So hopefully my allergies won't result in a nice sneezing fit again. Main differences between the standard Exia and the ignition mode, aside from a ridiculous price increase of almost double, is every part on the Exia, like for the weapons, that would be like the standard gray, is a chrome-plated silver. So it does have some really nasty nubs on it because this was never designed to be plated in any capacity. So there's no undergating, the parts aren't designed for it, and its best weapon, the beautiful GN Sword 1, is too heavy for it to wield in any capacity. If you think the balance is bad now, just from what fell over and unfortunately shot off, let's try getting the sword into his hand. First off, we actually have to negotiate the sword into his hand. It has to go in... And I haven't bothered detailing any of these, so... anything that's here is here. Any lines you see are here. Anything you're not seeing, I didn't bother with. Why? This guy spends most of his time in a box. He's living in a box. He's living in a cardboard box. He's living in a box. And if he keeps fighting me, he's going to find himself living in the woods, which is a few hundred miles from my house. Come on. Come on. I'm negotiating. Really? Okay, getting the arm part clipped in is fine. He doesn't want to hold it. I cannot get it into his hand. It's the stupid peg into the hole situation, and it's not working. So, will he hold his weapon? Eventually, it's gonna take me... It takes me a good 20 minutes on a good day just to get him holding it, and then you never touch it again. If you're gonna put this in his hand, glue it. Glue everything on this kit. Especially the action base adapter. Hello, and welcome to Standing Up School. And you fail. You also get a shield. This is the exact same shield the standard one comes with. You pull it apart, it does a nice little split thing. That's literally all it does. It has a same style connector as the other one, and his butt fell off. And fell apart. Basically, this whole thing, I may decide to do a jump cut here. Or not. This whole thing, we're experiencing technical difficulties, and somebody at Bandai just doesn't know what went wrong. Me, I'm thinking maybe Skynet took over the molding machine and just decided, you know what? You've had enough fun. Time for a nightmare. The absolute worst part is I have the non-grade, the one that costs literally a third of what I paid for this. And it's better. In every regard except for detailing. How much better is it? We're going to be looking at that in the next review. And I'm going to be comparing Noodle Man here to my loving non-grade, who doesn't have the greatest articulation when it comes to the lower body. Upper body, it's pretty much the same minus this. Ooh la la, I don't have an ab swivel. I don't have much of a side-to-side crunch. Ooh la la. I can't open my chest all the way and rip the chest armor off because I forgot how far this opened. Mine doesn't require an LED unit. Would it be nice if it could support one? Oh, most definitely. Skirting is on a double hinge, but it has to go down first in order to go up. Then it gets out of the way, barely. Legs are variable, which is good. Leave them down at all times, otherwise you're going to have a bad day. Leave them down, the skirting goes out of the way. Bending, you get a double 90. Ankles, way too mobile. See this? I'm bumping this. If you thought the original Strike Master Grade had problems, holy crap, they're worse here. What happened? This came out almost 5 years later. Bandai, what happened? What did you do to this thing? And I say that now his thigh armor falls off. Does this Gundam have leprosy or something? You know what? We're solving this. You. I'm sticking this up your butt. I don't care how much you fight it. There. If you fall one more time on that action base, you're going on eBay. You're going on eBay and you are getting listed as brown tier, or it might make you a dog toy. I don't know. Although that'd be mean to the dog, because that means I'd have to give him something worse than a plush toy. And my brother is mockingly trying to throw stuff at it. It would not make it any worse. It couldn't make it any worse. This thing's falling apart and I'm looking at it. It can't get any worse. Moving to the arms. That's as far up as they go. Any higher, which they can go, kind of, it would be better if those were not there. The bad news is, those have to be there because they serve a critical purpose in keeping these arms together. Why Bandai designed it like this, I don't know, because only the Master Grade has this problem. The High Grade doesn't keep the arms below. Right here at the arms, at the bicep rotation, these fall off on the High Grade. I have the High Grade Astraea, and I have to fix that. It's not great. And by Astraea, I mean the Type F. Why I would get the one that doesn't have all the awesome weaponry, I wouldn't know. The non-grade is better than this, and we're going to get to that because it's cheaper. And frankly, I don't feel like continuing this review. Also, in case you're wondering how bad the action base connector is, well, number one, there's how weak his hips are. Number two, shake, shake, shake. And no, don't jump. You have so much to live for. Okay, now jump. Yeah, this thing face plants so hard, it's a good thing that V-fin's already damaged. So yeah, if you can correct all the problems of this Exia, or if you put it up on an action base and never, ever touch it again, it's a decent kit. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. There are so much better Exia kits on the market, considering you can get the Avalanche Exia, the Astraea Type F, I believe the Astraea Normal Type, and the Exia Non-Grade, all in the non-grade scale for 1/100s, same size as this, and they work just better. They have a little worse hip articulation, but you know what? The trade-off is they don't end up in a review that just does this. You don't have to glue everything. They work. I'm so miffed, I can't even remember most of his accessories. Right. He has 4 beam sabers, 2 on his butt, 2 on his shoulders. You can probably see one of them sticking up on his butt because, well, that happened. Then he has his side skirting things, the little circles on his hips will jut out and a part will flip forward to accommodate these. You see the little, excuse me, hole on the bottom there, they go in, they lock on there, and they really hamper the articulation. I do not recommend this. I do not recommend the Trans Am version. I do not recommend the Avalanche Exia Premium Bandai one. Although the irony is, for what I paid for this, I could have got the Premium Bandai one. That's the delicious, bitter irony. I paid $80 for this, for a base kit that costs $38. The LEDs are $10 for 2 of them. That means the remaining parts I paid for. And somehow this chroming made up the remainder of this kit. I feel robbed, Bandai. I feel robbed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to just share your horror stories when it comes to the Exia, please leave them down in the comments. I will be more than happy to cry with you over this bad kit. Oh, the worst part is this was such a good character. This is just like this was the unicorn before the unicorn. This one got ruined by, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm normally the advocate for this. This got ruined by having too much articulation. Bandai, please. Give this a 2.0. Give this some tightening up. At least give us a new inner frame for it. Please, this thing sucks. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you had a fantastic day.